All right, welcome everyone. It's really super great to have you guys here for the Unstoppable Branding Experience. This is a pregame workshop before the game really starts, and the game officially starts next week. So all of you, I told everyone this is a 4-week workshop, and it is. Although I always get this prep call started because what it does, it really gets you guys ready. It gets your mind ready. And I'm going to show you guys a bit about the members area and really what to expect in the workshop. I'm going to kind of go through some ground rules and how we do things in our workshop. I created this for one reason, and that is to work together. I respect everyone's time. And what I've seen in the past is that, I've bought programs and I've bought the recordings of programs, and I can sit and listen to an audio all day long, but I don't ever get the work really done that I need, because when I'm going through some of, the questions or some of the work that I need to get done, if I have a question and I really need it answered and I'm just listening to an audio, I don't get it answered, right? So I created this workshop to be completely different than any workshop I've ever been part of. Now, certainly this one is virtual. When we're sitting in front of each other, it's a whole different ballgame, right? So I created this virtual sit in front of each other workshop, and I really do call it a workshop, right? Not a listen shop. So I have some rules that when we are working together, that everyone really comes to work. Okay, you didn't pay me money, right, to not do the work that you came here for. You came here to get results, period. And I hold very near and dear to that if someone comes in and they're willing to put their time and their energy into me and to the knowledge and experience and the time that I give you, that I'm going to give you every single thing I've got. And I expect you guys to do the same. All right. So we're going to work together. We're going to really get down and dirty. It's going to be super fun. And what I love too, this format is there's going to be 15 people in this class. Now, I do have some rules too, that once you guys are a student, you're always a student. And that makes it very fun, because I've seen some great people come in and out of my workshop that have created amazing results. They've done great things, not only with their business, they've created so many different options for themselves. And so what happens is they are able to come back. And if they need to jump in at a certain week, they come in. And some of them might come in and shed some of their experience for you, which is really fun. But it also means, guys, that for you, anytime you're a student, in fact, there's a couple here tonight, anytime you guys are a student, you are a student forever. You get to come back and to join us and to really jump in. Hey, all right, you guys are awesome. It's super cool. Yay. So I love having it this way. And, what I have found too, guys, is that since I've done this workshop, I've seen such different styles of marketing. I've seen people just doing different things in the marketplace. I run a show. My show is slightly different, and that's great, right? I want us all to be totally different, and that's why we want to be branded, right? Because we want to stand out in the crowd. So I'm not going to go through any kind of a canned workshop that starts from A to Z, and I just keep saying the same thing every single month. These workshops, guys, are yours. All right? I have a set agenda that I follow in a curriculum that we follow in the members area to make sure that you guys are getting the necessary information throughout this whole time. But I tell you what, every single workshop is always different. Every single one of them. They're never the same, because you all bring something to the table that you really have a need for. And what I like to do is, certainly if it's pertinent to what we do in the workshop, is really get you there and really handle those areas. So what we do is every week we'll have a 90-minute session. Tonight will go as short as 60 minutes and can go as long as 90, just depending on where we are in our time frame in this warm up. And then every other session will be a minimum of 90 minutes. You guys are going to come with your preparation work that you're going to do from week one, and you're going to come and bring it to the class. All right, let me make sure you guys, that you can make sure, can you guys let me know that you can see me still? Just someone type it in or open up your mic and let me know, because we have been experiencing some in and out sometimes on my internet. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Make sure you guys let me know. All of you are unmuted. A couple of you are not yet, but most all of you are unmuted. And if something goes on, just open up and tell me, or just type it in. Okay, I always like to check it out. All right, cool. Yeah, you guys are great. Yay, awesome. You guys are rocking. Okay, so that's how we do this. Sorry. I got this. As you guys will notice, you're going to see me doing this workshop from all over different crazy places. In fact, I will be in Germany on week 3, in France in week 4, and then our week 5, our extra week that I always add in. You guys never know. There's always extra weeks I add in for you because there's sometimes I'm like, I need to get this done with them, and I'll just add an extra week in or extra personal time with you guys. So we always go 4 full weeks because that's what I need to cover. But this is an extra week here, so we'll always do some really crazy fun stuff. But you're going to see I'll be all over the world, which is kind of crazy. So right now I'm in Bend, Oregon, and we're here this week and next week. Then we're going to be moving around a little bit. So it's going to be great. I want you guys to know I am really here for you. You guys have taken me on, and you're entrusting in me. I communicate mostly with you guys through Facebook, through the group, or through certainly Facebook messages. But we always like to bring the big questions to the session. Okay. If there's something that you really can't get through during the week, just send me a message and I'll communicate with you that way. But I really like to make sure that we stay and keep our communications on the group, because the questions you guys might have on like week 1, you might pop it up on the Facebook group and someone else has the same one. So I always like to make sure we're communicating with each other that way. All right. Yeah, you guys are great. Okay, cool. So if there's anything that comes up for you guys. Okay, cool. Awesome. Good, Leanne. I'm glad you're here. We got some people that are dialed in and they're like, I can hear you, but you guys can't, I can't see her. Yeah, I will share with you, Stephen. Everyone will see the Facebook group. I'm going to go through all that stuff tonight. So I know it's like, help us get connected. So, one thing to remember too is I want to make sure the work that you need to get done, you might have like an hour to 2 hours of stuff that you'll complete before the next session. But guys, we're going to get the stuff done in class. All right. There's none of this, you got a life, you might have a family, you got a business to run, right? And you came here to get some extra assistance from me, and you might have all kinds of other calls from your companies. I want to make sure that we stay on point and that you guys get the stuff done that you need to get done here, okay? So come here ready to work. Because if you're not ready to work, you're going to fall behind, okay? So this is your time. And if I always say, if one person comes totally prepared and the others are not quite prepared, that one person's going to get the time. But the best part about this, guys, is this. Everyone always benefits. When one person goes through an area that, let's say maybe Regina might be prepared to really dig into some video. And let's say Sean's like, I'm not quite there yet. But just by the mere fact that I start working with Regina, and I mean, we're one-on-one. I mean, I'm looking at your stuff. We're talking about content. We're going through headlines. We're really nailing stuff down for you guys. Sean might go, oh, that's exactly what she needed, right? So that's why it works like this. It's popcorn all the time. So don't worry if you come and you're like, I'm not completely ready for this session. What happens when you leave, you're usually totally ready and you get caught up to date because someone else got it a little sooner than you do. Make sense? Yeah? Can we get a little high five? You guys are going to be talking really soon, so don't worry. I'm not going to let you guys sit back and listen to me forever. Okay, yeah, that is a forever Facebook group, Stephen. Everyone stays on that group. It's actually a fan page, and it's open forum. I've got students and people that come in and out all the time from other classes, and even people that are not in my class that say, hey, will you give me some advice on this video? And I will do that because, we're about service, right? Okay, so let's get rocking, and then I'm going to start communicating with you guys. Give me 1 second, though. I'll tell you why in a minute. All right. Ta-da! Okay, I had to get a fan on me. It's freaking really hot. All right. And of all things, of course, this weekend we're going camping. And I'm not even going to start with the camping thing because my daughter really wants to go. We've never gone with her. And I'm just kind of like getting out of the camping mode, but I'm going to go for it. We're going to do it. We're roughing it, apparently. Apparently, we're taking shovels, to do all the type of things that I don't want to talk to you guys about. Okay. All right. Enough of this. All right. Let's get rocking, okay? Because I want to welcome you guys to my tribe. I'm all about creating a tribe, okay? So I not only have my tribe that I work with directly, part of my personal team, the companies that I run, and for all of you guys to know that you guys are all broad spectrum across the industry, which is really fun. You're going to meet each other really in a couple minutes. Some of you guys are in the same company. Some of you guys in total different spectrums of companies. Some of you guys work directly with me. My people that work with me get involved into the workshop. They're able to join me. And Some are I have actually some brick and mortar. I think we've got a brick and mortar company, a group that's going to be here as well this time. Some people are offline, so it's really going to be great because you're going to get great perspectives. And I like to build a tribe. So I've got my personal tribe, then I've got my branding tribe, which is like the whole industry. And I believe that when you create a unity of across the board where people can feel like they're part of something and they don't have to be in the same industry or the same company, you really begin to expand what this industry is meant to be, right? Which is really sharing and branching out and offering ideas to other industries and other companies and other people. And when we build this tribe, it feels so amazing because we're really giving people the permission to share and to connect across borders or across company borders, which for me, 8.5 years ago in this industry, we weren't allowed to do that. And I learned very quickly that the more that we open up our walls and the more we drop the walls, the more people really grow and learn from each other, and the better the industry is, right? More camaraderie and more success, because that's what we're here for. So I probably know every one of your leaders. I've worked with probably all the top people in this whole industry, and oh my gosh, Anne, you are hilarious. If I didn't record this, I love Anne. Anne, you just freaked me out because I think I did. I did. Thank you, Anne. I love Anne Boland. She's done this from day one. Anne was from my first workshop about what was it, over a year and a half ago, Anne? And she used to remind me to record it. And sure enough, she did it again. I'm grown up. I'm getting big enough, and I'm remembering. I'm so glad you're here. I love it. So all of you guys remind me, right? Because I do forget. As you can tell, I get really super excited because I love what we do, and I've been pretty good about it, but I do forget. All right, so welcome to this tribe. I mean, doesn't that feel great? That image just feels amazing, right? Just like total leaders loving life, just feeling so great about what we do. And I want to encourage you guys to take this feeling on, right? Because what we're going to be doing in here is going to be super free and revealing and transparent and exciting and totally confronting. But even better, guys, it's going to be amazing, right? And when you get that feeling, it's powerful, because that's why we're here. We're here to freaking feel great, right? We're doing this for a reason. We need to feel great. We need to help others feel great, and how we do that is by sharing ourselves. That's why you guys are in this workshop. You're not here to copy and paste. You're not here to be someone else. You're here to totally shine for who you are and inspire other people. And the more you can feel this way, just get that feeling inside every time you do a video, every time you do a post, people are going to notice, right? And I call it branding and posting with purpose. Okay, everything we do here is on purpose. There's going to be no more of this, drop and post and doing things that have no reason. Certainly, some are fun. I'm going to show you guys all my methods and all the way I do things, but it's all on purpose now. Because now you guys have a purpose for what you're doing. I know you guys have whys. We're not necessarily talking about our whys because we get that. You guys started a business because you have a big why. But now you're going to start doing things on purpose because now we want to create results. We want to inspire people, and you're doing it through you, your brand, and through your amazing awesomeness, which is your uniqueness, which turns into a brand. All right. So let's kind of get things going here. And you guys, we're going to start coming out in a minute. I'm just kind of stretching my wings, getting you guys ready to see what you're going to deal with for 4 more weeks of this. But it's great. Okay, so this is the deal. When we're here, guys, we totally work together, right? We really do. We work together because if you guys aren't working together and assisting each other and you're just relying on me, right, then it's one-sided. Okay, so what I encourage everyone to do, and for those of you guys that have worked with me before, know that I like the lines open. You guys protected mute yourself. You keep these lines open, and as we get going, this is the first time and only time I'm going to really be talking and lecturing to you. All right, because we got to set the stage here. But man, once it rocks, we're going to really bring it together, because what it is, it's like all of you guys are actually a piece of a puzzle. Okay, I work it in a way that all of you guys become pieces of this puzzle. And then when that puzzle comes together, your brand is expressed, right? The way you communicate, your core message is developed and delivered through your message, but all the pieces tend to come together. And all of a sudden, each class comes together like pieces of the puzzle, and you guys become one of your own puzzle, which is super amazing, right? We have our last group of we had 17 last class, and they are like super connected. They're helping each other. They're in similar industries. Some didn't even know they were in the same company, and now they're working together. So when you guys really start to do this, it's powerful. So we're going to put those pieces of puzzles together, and you guys are going to be part of the puzzle. All right. Okay. So let's all take a really deep breath, and let's internalize the look of this picture. All right. This picture always blows me away, and it always gets me in a really cool space. I love this because this image really represents a lot, and we're going to talk a bit about this the different layers, right? Because we're peeling our own onions. A lot of it is the onion of our minds, of all of these expectations, right? Of what we should be doing and what we've learned. And I want all you guys right now just to totally let it all go. Okay. You've probably learned from some of the most amazing people, and that information is valuable. What I'm going to ask of you to do while we work together is just totally open your mind, right? Open your mind in a way that allows all kinds of new information to come in. Take it on, wear it like a hat, and just like check it out and see. Because I'm going to encourage you guys, and I might push you guys into areas that you may not want to be in, right? Which is pushing you to talk about your story. Get your story in print, get your story in video, and actually share it and promote it and post it, right? Because I'm going to show you guys really when you start to share some of you guys are sharing you for the first time, but some of you guys have been sharing what you think you should be sharing all along. And you're now going to be really encouraged to dig a little bit deeper, get a lot more transparent. So in order to do that, you have to open your mind to a new process and a new way of doing things. So if you find yourself the whole time we're working together going, I don't get it. I don't know what she means. I'm not sure what she means. That's okay, because you may get that. But if you go through the process and you go through each week's work that we go through, that I have really just said, there's certain things in each week that you just have to understand and go through. Doesn't mean you have to get it yet. Because when we come together, this is when the bows are tied. Okay. So you do the mapped out work that I have each week, and then we tie the bows together in our live sessions. So there are going to be some times you're like, oh, I'm not sure. But this is the best part. Your brand, your core message, your tagline usually comes at the end. I know it's weird, but we really tend to reverse engineer what our message is by starting in a different way. Okay, so I want you guys to be prepared for that. All right, it's gonna be crazy. It's fun. I've had some people like, "What are you talking about? We're not doing what I thought." That's okay. We're gonna do what needs to get done, but we're gonna accomplish the things that have to get done so you guys understand where we're going, and then we'll definitely cover some of the things that are important for you. So, okay, these are some things that we're going to talk about, okay? Because these are really important, and this is when we all get to get unshy, because session one's about just really getting used to opening up your mouth. All right. And the best way to open up our mouth is to introduce ourselves and to share what some fears might be. Okay. Now, and let me give you a little example. We're going to be very challenged. You guys are going to start doing video right away. That could be a challenge. That could be a fear. You are going to put yourself out there more than you ever have. You're going to start doing some posts and really just communicating and talking to people that maybe you never would do. So I want to open up right now, maybe what some fears are, not maybe in the industry or in your business, but maybe what fears are for being in this class, if you have any. So let's do this. Everyone's going to go. And I want to open it up for you guys to come on out. Hands up. So whoever's got their hand up, that means your little square box is red with your hand. So put your hand up, and this is how we do things when your hand's up. I will either unmute you guys or you unmute yourself and just say, hey, it's Jen, Rhonda, and then you'll come on out. But why don't we do that? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm going to open up for Sean. So remember, if it's red, your hand is up, and if it's green, I can't see it. Okay. Hey, Sean.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Hey. What's going on? I'm so happy to be here, Rhonda. This is just amazing. And I'm running from work and just ecstatic that I'm here.
All right.
And very grateful. So, and excited to meet everyone on, on the team in the class here. So, the question is, when am I back?
Can we hear Sean? We lose her?
Can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, so let's do this. Sean, why don't you tell everyone what company you're with, because it's super important so everyone can kind of like see and hear. And then tell us, what fears you might have, or maybe you don't have any. Maybe you're just excited, but there's certain things that are going to come up that you want to maybe share so everyone else can kind of get it out.
All right, that's cool. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. The reason why I'm saying this is because stuff is popping up. So cool. Well, let's say I've definitely gotten to the video marketing world. The company that I'm involved in is Empower Network is my main one. So I'll just stay focused on that and network marketing and affiliate marketing. I have been in it for a year. It's actually where I met Rhonda in Denver, and Brian. And I'd say right now my biggest fear is, and it kind of is just so awesome, is that I know that I'm on the right path and I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and sometimes what overwhelms me is my why and that it's happening and to change the world, and just seeing myself on stage because I know it's going to happen, and talking in front of people and getting to that point. Video for me, and I don't want to deter anyone to think that I've got it all on lockdown, because it's free, and it's a marketing tool that whenever you don't have money, you can just turn your camera on it and you can go. So for me, it's something that I conquered that fear a year ago, and so it's not so much video because I love video. It's for me, it's really taking on the responsibility of knowing what my why is now and going, I don't want to let people down because there's so much I want to change and do, and how, be and speaking in front of people in huge crowds, because I know I will be one day, and that's kind of where I'm at. But that's, long term, and it all takes time. So that's probably my biggest fear at this point.
All right. Well, this is huge because I tell you what, you said a couple things I want to identify. I'm super happy to have you here too, and I love your energy. And there are some things. What happen is that when our why, right, is bigger than us, right, which can be our family, or it could be a really massive goal, then we realize is that if we don't do what it takes, if we don't do our potential or what we're set out to do, we're really letting other people down, right? Because they deserve to be inspired by us too. So it's great when we start pushing ourselves a little bit higher, a little bit farther, because we want to reach some big goals. And guys, what I like to know too, is really fun for me, is if you guys do have some really big goals that you are going to hit and you're looking to hit, which I know for you, we got a contest coming up with Empower. There's all kinds of stuff coming up. I want to know that because I will kind of help you guys get on that really path to making sure you're sticking to that goal too. And we can create special videos that can help inspire people to get you, more higher up on the leaderboards or higher up on the contest. So it's a really great way for us and for you to share with me. If there's certain things you want to hit by October or by next month, then let me know, because we will we'll put our minds together and create some really cool campaigns or ways to market yourself and get yourself out there faster so you guys can hit some goals. So that's why I love this, because it's like, I've got like my little mini team working in all different areas and companies and having different goals, and I can help you guys get there. So it's really, really fun. So awesome, Sean. I appreciate that. I appreciate you kind of getting everyone warmed up. I know everyone gets a little nervous at first, but guys, remember, we're a workshop, not a listen shop. So we all have to interact. So, okay, hands up. Let's turn the green and turn the green red. All right, cool. Jen, come on out, Jen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can. Come on out, lady. It's so good to finally be working with you.
All right. Thank you. Same here, Rhonda.
So tell me.
Okay, so we're talking about fears. So the main fear, pretty much the only fear I think that I have, is the fear of judgment.
Okay.
And I don't care about strangers judging me, but what really holds me back is judgment from my friends and my family.
Okay. That's a huge one,
So
Jen.
that kind of holds me back from it holds me back from talking about it so openly and so passionately. I kind of feel like I kind of have to keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for me what's the main fear right now.
Okay.
Is the fear of judgment.
And
so I'm trying to work through that.
Yeah, that's huge. And Jen, what is your company's name again? You're with the travel company, right?
Yeah, it's a travel technology and health company. So they'll come up with 10 products, but the first product is a travel product.
What's the name of it again?
And it is MLM, network marketing. It's called My Fun Life.
My Fun Life. That's right. Okay, I just want to make sure because that's relatively new, right?
It's new.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's pre-launch, I think, still.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Because this is fun. I love being able to help someone, especially with a new program. Because I know I've been watching you. I kind of know some of the stuff that you do. And it's fun seeing a new program. And you can kind of be like the big one that's doing different stuff to launch it out, which will be super fun. But, I get that, Jen. I get the judgment piece. And, there's definitely some ways to get through that. 8.5 years, just even this last week, had some issues with best friends and judgment. We're here for a reunion and in Bend, Oregon for a wedding and a reunion from all my friends. And I had some people really not being super nice. And so there's definitely some ways to get through it. And there's certainly even some ways to market and to share your dreams and your whys without saying it to them. So then inadvertently, they hear what you have to say, they get your message, and they actually understand more. So we'll do some of that stuff because it's important when we can actually share a vision without actually looking at them in the face and doing this because I have a vision. And, we really do a lot of that using Facebook and using video by just sharing why you're doing what you're doing. Because the more inspiration, the less we can sell and the less we can give our links away, the more people are encouraged and wanting to understand what we're doing and hearing about us. So it's a really big, great way to really inspire other people as well. Okay, so all right, so let's see who else we got here, guys, that want to jump on out. Okay, make sure that you guys are muted. If you're in the background, I'll just make sure you guys are muted. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that's okay. I'll just make sure everyone just stays protected, muted on your own, so we don't have to mute you guys. That way we're not interfering with each other. But okay, let's see. Regina, come on out, and then I'll keep moving on down the line. Hey, girl.
Hey, Rhonda. I'm here.
Hi.
Well, I'm with Empower. Been with Empower about 1.5 years. And like Jen, mine has a lot to do with the judgment factor. The path from my previous career to here hasn't been easy, and it's things that I haven't shared with people that know me. And I think a lot of it is discomfort with that vulnerability about just putting myself way out there. And so it has a lot to do with the same thing as Jen was saying, the judgment, and just being worried about that, I guess.
Yeah, and Regina, have you, because you've been with Empower for 1.5 years, was Empower one of your first companies?
No. As a matter of fact, you and I know each other from back in 2007 from a direct sales company. So
no, I know that. But it was, well, I guess, were you having the same issues back then too, though, or is that something ongoing, or had you jumped back and forth?
Video, I've resisted video.
Okay.
I just straight up resisted it until probably 2 months ago, where I just realized that I've just got to, put myself out there and get over it, and have actually, not worried about what I look like, and have made myself do videos with no makeup and hair not combed and intentionally,
right?
Because I'm like, if I can do it this way, then I can do it cleaned up. So it's just been something that I've resisted, and just being totally transparent.
Yeah.
My background is law enforcement. There's always been a safety issue with completely putting yourself out there. So it's been a growing thing for me, transition from that life and that kind of world to now one where I can be who I am completely without any judgment. Yeah. I don't have to protect and cover myself. And so it's been a growing phase for me.
Yeah, okay, I got that. Yeah, because this is, we're doing different marketing than we ever did before as well. And so
I know so much more now than I ever did.
Yep.
I've learned.
All right, good. This is good because it's really good to understand where you guys are at, so then I can kind of help maneuver you around these little fears that might pop up. Okay, so let's keep going down the list, and let's Myra, you want to come on out? Okay, yeah, just go ahead and unmute yourself. You're up. Yeah. Oh, are you on? Are you? Maybe let's see. I see two of you. Maybe let me unmute both of you. There you are. Hey there.
Hey there.
All right, you're quiet. And you know what? We're having feedback because it looks like you have two systems.
Let me.
Mute one of them.
Hold on.
All right. All right, we're going to give Myra a minute because when we have two systems like that, if there's close to a speaker, they'll make it crazy. So I'll come back to you, Myra. Okay, let's see. Who wants to jump on out here next? Why don't we, Stephen Valentine, you want to come on out, buddy? Hey there.
All right, here I am.
Hey.
Let's see, I've actually only been doing this for 3 months. And I had actually completely gone offline everywhere, deleted everything, and decided that was crazy to want to be that public about anything, even your business. And that was, I guess, a year ago, 12 months ago that I did that. And only May 1st did I have like a complete reversal on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm over that part of it.
Okay.
And when nobody's looking, or when I'm talking to really, really close friends about something I'm passionate about, I can light up like a Christmas tree, and it's hard to get me to shut up. But talking on video, I just seem to turn into a jumble of words that don't seem coherent. I can write well. I'd like to learn how to write some headlines that reach down into people's hearts maybe a little better, but I usually can write my message a lot better than I can say it.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's talking about the power of video so that you can meet somebody, and so I suppose that is my fear or my stumbling point or what's holding me back.
Okay.
I signed up for a public speaking class this semester in my college courses. Maybe that will help.
Well, I think too, this is good because what is really fun for me is that some people do better video, some people do better writing, and then we start to see the reversal. It's really powerful because my writers tend to really, they end up getting super comfortable with the camera, and they're the ones you can't get away from it because you've got the right words. It's just really getting used to communicating them through the camera. And we'll do some stuff that helps you get that way because and some of you guys are going to do a little bit of an opposite. Some that are writers, more writers will do, will start off with writing for your comfort level. And others that are, used to doing more video, you guys will start with video and then you're going to reverse it. Because the written word and the visual word, right, through video are both mutually exclusive. They're both extremely important. So we can do them both. And then you guys will really be able to not only present yourself through communicating through video, but you'll really be able to present your message through writing. And if you have watched my posts or things that I do, we really share most everything through writing and through video. And we did more deeply in our story through writing, most recently in Facebook. And we have so much more interest. People stay intrigued longer because their comfort level lies in the reading portion, but then their connection lies in the video. So that's why we're doing them both. So we'll get you guys ready to do both of them as well. Okay. So, all right. Thank you, Stephen. All right, good. So we'll get those things covered with you and get you rocking and rolling on both sides of the spectrum. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Steve, I get that. Why don't I unmute you, Stephen, quick, so I can have you jumping out here? All right. Yeah, sometimes actually the headphones make it worse, even crazy enough. So we'll have to play with that. I don't know why, but sometimes when someone's in a headphone, it double echoes, and sometimes when they're not. So we have to mix and mingle it up a little bit to see where you guys are at in regards to the way you're communicating on your computer, which makes it echo a bit. But come on out, Stephen. What's going on with you, my friend? Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick. I actually used to be the assistant manager of a training department for a network marketing company. Um, and we always told our speakers that would do the trainings and the webinars to use headphones because of that issue. But yeah, I've never really heard of an issue with headphones, but I guess it could happen. But my name's Steve. I'm also with Empower and met Rhonda and Brian out there in Denver, and um, one I guess it's kind of been procrastination as far as doing videos, and really just the words to say without carrying on too much. I've been known as a rambler, um, and I just don't want to go overboard, and it's a matter of topic and just really what to say and just how to get it out there in the best way.
Okay. Well, this is what fun part about that is that we do a really cool exercise that really helps you guys learn how to get to the point. Let's just keep it down, please. It's like they're building a building over here in the kitchen. And oddly enough, when you're not in a normal home and you have your special little office, you got all kinds of stuff happening all the time. But that's the best thing about what we do, right? We can do it anywhere. But yeah, that we're going to go through that. In fact, starting off next week, Steve, is I'm going to go through an exercise of actually how we get through, we do our story and how we actually get through the right parts that people need to hear. Because that is a fear. And that's what happens a lot to a lot of people. They're like, well, they just ramble and talk and ramble and talk. And it's really not what people want to hear to take action. So we will,
my story is crazy. I mean, just the past 5 years alone, not to mention the past 10. So.
Well, and this is what's fun is sometimes when you do have a really wild and crazy story, you get the most important piece that everyone needs to hear. And then some of the other ones can become what I like to call is either turn them into like a video series, an obstacle video series, right? You're like, I got all this stuff that happened to me.
Yeah.
I made it through this, but you take every little piece and we're going to do that. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. You guys are going to bring ideas that you've got. You're going to have a big, long story and I'm going to go, whoa, that's a huge story. We only need this much of it. But what are you going to do with all the other stuff? Right? And there's some good stuff. You guys got to share your good stuff. Although only some of the tightest stuff is what people want to hear. So we're going to go through that too. And you're going to take some criticism and you're going to take some feedback and you're going to get yourself out there and you're going to talk about it and you're going to get nervous and we're all going to watch it and we're going to tell you what we thought. I'm going to say, I would have bought from you. Or I'm going to say, I don't think I would have bought from you at this point. Let's change this up a little bit and make it where I want to buy, right? or where I'm interested enough. So
well, I'm ready to have some fun.
Yeah, cool. Well, good. We will for sure. Awesome. All right, cool, Steven. Good to have you here, buddy. And I'll keep using you as my techie guy to help me out when I'm goofing up on my technology side. Okay, let's see. All right, we got Joe in here. All right, hey, Joe. You ready to come out of here, Joe?
Hey.
Hi.
I am. Am I unmuted?
You are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Well, I'm glad to be here. This is new to me. I just signed up with the Empower Network here recently. Sat down to do my first blog post and actually made my first video. And it's funny, I was really nervous about doing it.
Nice.
Actually, it might have turned out okay. I actually put it online for a little bit and then I took it down.
Ah, that's hilarious.
What I realized was, actually, a couple of my friends saw it and laughed a bit, but I was like, my friend's like, yeah, you were a little nervous in that. I'm like, I was, but the funny thing is, even just doing that little bit kind of reduced my fear a little bit of putting myself out there. I've never done anything like this before. And I don't know, the idea of putting myself out there, really letting people in, I guess, to really know me is a little scary. Mm-hmm. But I noticed it works pretty good for you, so I'm open to trying. And let's see. So, like I was saying, I guess when I sat down and tried to make a video, I realized I had no idea what to really talk about.
Right.
And I was trying to come up with ideas, and then I thought, I really need some sort of a plan. And just happened to hear about your workshop, and I thought, this is exactly what I need to do. This will help me kind of clarify what my vision is. I mean, because honestly, I don't really have a vision. I mean, I got into this thing that, to make some money, right?
Right.
But, it became obvious to me pretty quickly that you need more than that to actually attract people. Maybe my biggest fear is I'm like, well, can I really hold people's attention? Like, what do I have that I can put out there that will attract people in? I've never done it before, so maybe that's that. I guess that's my biggest fear. It's like, can I even do it? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, this is the cool part, and I get that. That's great because I think most people feel the same way. And we will kind of organize, the things that are going to be important to talk about. I mean, one thing that many people forget, guys, is that we've all had some really cool things in our life that we've done. And when we find an area that we can relate to even one person, you just start talking to one person. You find one area and a topic that one person would listen to. And then you find out there's probably 20, 30, 40, 50. And all of a sudden you're like, how the heck did I get 75 views on my video just now? Because you start to relate. And most people don't do video. See, in our little world of network marketing, most everyone does. And we think everyone does video. But one thing you got to know is that the ones that are ready to get started with you don't do video. So you are going to inspire them. I look around and like, wow, everyone does video, in our area. If I was really looking just in my little bubble, I would think that everyone did video. Most of them don't. And so that's one thing that we have to always remember, especially being in this industry, is that the people that you want to inspire are not in this industry yet, at least the ones that I work with. I don't really like going after current network marketers or those that are already in a business. Certainly they come to me, although those are not really the ones I work with. I work with the ones that have really no baggage, right? Or no experience. Because ones with experience are sometimes kind of hard to shake down a little bit, right? They come with luggage. So when we are communicating through video, you guys, and you're actually for the very first time sharing you're sharing your story, you share your vulnerabilities, you share why you chose, what your why is, you start sharing those kind of things, the people that are looking inside at you or from the outside in, like, wow, I didn't even know that about them. Just like when Jen, you were saying, about the judgments. Jen and even Regina mentioned it, that's when those people start to see you differently. When you're like, hey, today I really want to share with you guys why I'm doing what I do. And you start to share a little bit of vulnerability that your friends or even your family, sometimes you do it just to get through to your friends and your family. They don't really understand. They actually start to they see that you have a purpose. See, and that's the difference, is judgments only happen because they don't really understand your purpose, because they can't see it for themselves. Now, we're not here to prove or to make anyone enjoy what we do. I literally had to tell a friend, I'm just going to send you love because I don't know what you do either. You might be in real estate, but I really don't know how you sign contracts. Do you really need to know how I physically function my business? Doesn't matter to me. I'll give you love, and that's all that can matter. She doesn't want to understand. Some people just don't want to. But the ones that do, guys, when we actually start to share some of the stuff that connect with them, this is when you'll actually start to see people that you would never know get started, and it blows you away. Okay, so it's going to be really super fun. Okay, let me see here who else we got. Oh, Dondi's here. Okay, let's unmute Dondi. Hello, lovely girl. Oh, and Myra's here too. Okay, I'm going to get Myra out of here. Okay, so Dondi, hi.
Hi, Rhonda. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound fabulous.
All right. I finally got on. I was having some computer problems, but I figured them out.
Awesome. You didn't miss anything.
All right.
So yeah. So tell everyone, a little bit about your fears. You've been hearing it. So where you're coming from, so we can all kind of we're all kind of always on the same page, it seems like.
Okay. I believe my biggest fear is starting something incorrectly.
Okay.
And I know where I'm at now, and I need to do video and start getting myself out there. But, there's the but, I feel scattered. Like for the past few months, I've been doing this and then doing that, and I've been going to one thing about what I have a lot to say. So I'm in one subject and then another subject, and I'm scattered all over. So now I think I finally have exactly where I want to go and what my why is and how I'm going to brand myself and what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But now, where do I start?
Right.
How do I, get out there, and how do I start, and what point do I start at? And, I don't want to start it and then want to take it back and be, something else. I want to do it right.
Right.
And then I'm a little bit afraid of video and stuff.
Okay.
It's strange. I've talked in front of a lot of people for clinics and horse lessons, and I've done clinics with a couple thousand people in an arena, and I can talk all day about horses all day long. But when it comes to trying to correlate to what else I'm doing and put it all together, I feel confused and overwhelmed with like too much information.
Okay. Well, this is good. This is good to hear that, because that's really what I love about the work that we do together, is that we have a really focused plan. That you start off with only weeks work at a time of understanding what I need to either know and what I need to share. And we really keep an organized mindset, because I think, Dondi, and all of you, that is exactly what every person kind of gets started here. And they're like, oh, you're all over because you got to learn. And, the learning curve can get crazy, right? It's just the setup of Aweber or GVO or whatever you use. It's like, I'm overwhelmed. But when you actually start to really relax and give yourself a little time, you get through that piece. And now it's like, okay, this is what I got to do to start sharing with people my message, to start changing their mindset. And then the next step is helping them get started, or helping them create something that they want, right? Because we're not just here to sell people stuff. If you guys are coming here to your business to sell, you're going to start repelling people. See, we're in the business of sharing, relating, connecting. When you share, relate, and you connect, people want what you've got, okay? And that's really the key of attraction marketing and branding yourself, okay? When you're branding yourself, now your people begin to realize you've got a message that they need to hear. And your message is going to be congruent with what you're good at and what you want to share. See, we don't have to be anyone else, right? So we are going to start really taking what we're good at and getting that message across. I love Ann Boland's here, and she's a past student. She's done amazing things. She's got her own practice. She coaches. She does all kinds of great stuff. She's got her own program that she's written, and she communicates to her clients through her message the way she communicates. So she's not looking to work with everyone. And when you can begin to get that, then the ones that you really want to communicate with, you're going to know where to find them also. And that's super important when we know where to find our people. Okay? We're going to do all that stuff. So this is great, good stuff.
Right.
All right, cool. Okay, so let's see if Myra's out here yet. Let's see if we can get you out and not, I can hear you. All right, let's see. Come on out, Myra. You're unmuted. Let's see if we can work this out for you. All right, we're going to give you a chance. You just unmute yourself and interrupt me, because you're not unmuted yet, but you might be stuck there. And because I'm going to kind of dig through here a bit. Okay. And this is one good thing to realize, guys, too, is that, when you actually do realize that you have a much bigger purpose, then the things that you're afraid of go away. Because
Hello.
Hey, Myra, all right, I'm going to get you in 1 second, is when you get, right, that you came to this industry, well, certainly to make some money, to inspire people and to change really what their current situation is too, it becomes bigger than your fear. So you're actually doing a disservice to people by you not sharing why you're doing what you're doing, or the excitement, or sharing some of the things that you know, right? Because now we're really not living on purpose. We're not doing this business on purpose, and people only follow those that are on purpose, right? Certainly, there's a lot of people that can throw traffic at any website and make a ton of money. And if that's what they're there for, that's what they're there for. That's not the way I work, and that's not the way I don't feel that you guys are here for either. You're here to make a difference, and in return, by making a difference and giving value, you get paid. That's just how it works, right? And we all deserve it. So let's all do that together. All right, so Myra, come on out here. Let's see if I can hear you better, girl.
Yeah, I apologize because I've been sharing the computer with my husband, and that's why
Okay.
I have the.
No worries. So if you could talk up just a little bit or get closer to your mic so I can hear you better.
Okay, and I'm very excited for this. I just started a year ago making a website, and the name is Link to Change. and came across later Empower Network, and I just want to know how I can combine both things, but at the same time, I just, it's like I see how you branding yourself with Unstoppable Family, and I just want to create like a branding with my website, just to see how that I'm gonna combine. I believe on Empower, but I understand also the main idea of branding yourself just to see in the future. And also for the videos, I'm very newbie about it. I just started in Denver in the event, and I need to be more and have more experience because English is my second language, and I try to brand it in both, in English and in Spanish. And now I have to be more organized of what I want to do for the business.
Okay.
Specifically, how that I'm gonna drive the traffic to the Spanish and maybe to in English, and how that I'm able to organize all that.
All right. Okay, good. So this is perfect. And what was your other site, Myra? I didn't quite hear it.
Link to change.
That's right. Link to change. Okay. I remember.
.com.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, good. Because what we'll do, guys, I will have all of you also posting up on when you guys do your first video, introducing yourself on the. You'll use your first video will be your story. And you're going to post up on the Facebook page, and I'll show you guys where to go and how to do all that stuff. I want to make sure that you guys do have your sites linked as well, so you guys can all kind of get an idea where you're coming from and get an idea, because what I love the most is actually watching other people do some things. You get great ideas, but we're going to start with the basics in the beginning. So yeah, awesome, Myra. I know it's great to have met you first thing in Denver, and you're like super fresh, but you already instantly did an interview with me, which like immediately creates credibility. It gives you that social proofing, and it allows others to really see what you're doing too. And it's inspiring when people can actually start to see some of the stuff that you do, especially when you're just jumping immediately out. So it's really good to have you out here. So all right, so cool. So let's see, I think we got everyone jumping out for now that's here. I know we got like 3 or 4 people that are not here. And if Anne, if you want to jump on out, you're welcome to. I know that you're here with us, and I would love to have you jump out if you like, because you've got some amazing stuff that you've accomplished, since our first class, and it's really good to have your perspective as well.
Well, thank you. Hey, everybody. It's Ann from Minnesota, and I love this workshop, and I love Rhonda. She and I have never met. I'm actually not in network marketing. I own my own company. I'm a coach and a consultant, and all of the stuff that I've learned in the workshop has really helped me in my own business and the way that I communicate with other people. So if you're starting to get frustrated or you notice your fears, work through it, because it does wonders.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Anne's done some great stuff, and it's super fun to have you, just popping in, because you really have some great perspective, and you've grown so much. It's awesome to see some of the stuff that you've accomplished, and I love to be able to share that too. So I hope to have you around. It's always good. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. So let's dig a little bit deeper, kind of into more introspective, right? Because when we dig inside is when actually we begin to discover what our brand is, right? Because when we understand really who we are, what motivates us, really what positioning we're in right now in our start point, right? Wherever we are right now, that is the point that we have to accept and understand where we are. And then our piece of connection, right? Where are we connected to? And so when we start to take a little bit of introspective is when our brand, our core message, everything about us starts to be unveiled, right? And so I'm going to dig a little bit deeper here so we can get a foundation of looking at these areas. One is motivation, right? We always want to look at, what am I really truly passionate about? Now, you guys are part of network marketing, or you have your own companies. But what is it that you're passionate about? Because when we get super clear on what we love, we actually start to discover what we want to talk about, right? And the things that I'm passionate about, I like to talk about. And the more I realize what I love to talk about and passionate about, the more people I connect with. Hi, sweetie pie. This is Hanalei. She'll pop in every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
She-
I don't do it every once in a while.
Well, just for now. All right, I'm almost done with the workshop, okay? And then we're going to go to dinner, so get ready. Okay, and then we look at, guys, what are my values, right? What are the values that you really truly have? Because everything, your brand will be expressed through the things that you love and the values that you have. One moment. Okay, and when you really take on what your values are, okay? So for me, my values are really my family. So my family are in most all of the communication and the marketing that I really do, right? I value travel. I value freedom. And I value honesty and transparency. So there are values that you'll have that are nothing to do with mine. When you have your values, you actually start to communicate those things. Even just those things alone, guys, I could talk and have 20 different videos. I can talk about what I'm passionate about. I can talk about the values that I have in business. And when you understand these things, and you actually start communicating these topics to your customers, is when you start to connect. No one talks about usually their passions or the values that they have. Okay? And so we want to really become someone that is willing to share something that no one else is. And now then we look at, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, right? We always want to look at what is going to motivate us, right? To do the things that we do. Where do I see myself in these next 5 years, or even the next 3 months, right? I've got some massive, massive goals to hit in these next 3 months. And so I look at my extension, then I look at what motivates me the most is what I want to hit in the next 3 months. So we look at the things that motivate us the most, right? When we identify those, then we can actually start to share them, right? And then, of course, we look at really what is it that motivates you. Some people could just be totally motivated by money. Fine. If you're motivated by money, then get out there and start taking the activity so that people are inspired by you, right? If you're motivated by helping other people in their life, if you're motivated by getting, let's say, parents to be with their kids more, if it's corporate, or if it's leaving your job, or it's just creating a family foundation so you can travel, do whatever the things that you want. See, that's a motivation. So it's going to get you to do the things every day. See, it's the stuff that cripples us are not the things that motivate you. So you've got to find what really, truly motivates you. So the things that might stop you and cripple you, you can get through them. All right, so this is some of the areas that we're going to really work on to help you get through. Now, second is your positioning, right? What is my current reputation right now? Where am I just at, right? Am I a veteran in the marketplace that really needs to learn some new things? Am I brand spanking new, right? And do I realize that I am brand new and I'm able to actually communicate the position that you're in? See, transparency, guys, and honesty, people love that, right? So when you're able to say, look, this is where I am right now. For instance, let's use you, Regina. You're a past law enforcement, right? So you've got to be able to share that, because when you're not tiptoeing around things, when you're just totally transparent with your position, like, look, I was in law enforcement. You know what? This is what really wasn't working for me, or why I wanted to make a change. And now I'm brand new, or I'm 1 year into this industry. And you know what? My life has changed from this, and this. And I'll tell you what, if you start making these changes, you can also see the results or the change that I've got. See, do you understand where you're now talking about the positioning that you're in? You might be brand new. You're like, this is the first video I've ever done. I would love to get your feedback. That's a positioning video or statement, right? Because when you're sharing this with people, now they're not judging. You're totally giving up your vulnerability. You're not becoming someone, putting yourself in a position that you're not in. I did that when I started in this industry. I put myself in a position that I had been already successful making money in this industry. I was successful in my corporate world, but I wasn't successful in this industry yet. And I had a hard time because I was positioning myself wrong. I needed to just say, look, I'm a corporate executive. I want out. I hate it. My life stinks. So now I've found this network marketing deal. I'm like inspired. I'm learning all kinds of new things, personal development, ways to, create residual incomes, ways to be with my kid every day, ways to time manage. Do you see the difference in communicating those type of things to your audience or people? Because you're just given the positioning that you're in. okay? So you can talk about these different things that differentiate yourself, right? Or even like on this personality traits that you've got that differentiate you, right? You can communicate so many different things in different traits that you might have that position you where you are right now, right? So for me, I'm just all out there. I'm like, I want to learn everything. I don't even care. But some others are a little bit more shy. So you might need to say, look, hey, I share with you something today, really interesting because I'm a little shy. I'm not one to share my vulnerabilities with people. But here I am. I'm going to share with you a video today as to why I'm looking to create residual income for my family. See how different that is? And you position yourself properly, and then you're communicating just how you are, so that now you're connecting with people, and you're starting to share a bit about you that makes them go, oh, okay, let me listen to her. Let me give her a break. She's brand new. Tell you what, guys, use the newbie deal a lot. I mean, I'm new in a couple companies and I use the newbie deal all the time, right? Because that's my position. I take on that position. I don't need to be the best in everything. I mean, I will eventually be because that's my goal. Although when you're brand new and you give that up, you kind of get a little bit more space. People share more with you. So I start realizing and understanding the position that you're in, okay? And then certainly we can talk about great accomplishments, right? Whereas I would say, hey, I was played for the women's U.S. Softball team, and I learned this, this, and this, and this, right? Because I'm positioning myself as an expert of being an athlete that can talk about, striving for greatness, right? Or maybe you owned a big company, or you're a coach, you've done great things, right? You're positioning yourself properly where you deserve to be or where they can respect you, okay? So it doesn't have to be the highest. You can be at the lowest. You can be over here. Just understanding what your positioning is will allow you to start communicating better to your audience. You guys with me on that? You guys can give me a little whoop, whoop, hands up. So I know I'm talking a lot to you guys. That's not normal. All right. You guys are great. All right, cool. All right. So let's go here. Okay. Now connection, right? We want to really realize how can we connect the best with our audience. So we look at, how can I add value? Now, I know you guys might be taking notes, which is great. But all this stuff is going to be covered in the next 4 weeks. I'm just giving you a really strong foundation. We want to look at, how do I connect with them? How can I give them value? Now, you may not be a marketing guru, right? It just may not be, but you've got some value. I can teach on marketing, but I don't teach on all of it. So that's my piece of value. I teach inspiration, parenting, traveling, right? Making it through really tough times. That's the value that I can get. That's how I can connect to people. So you might be, I know, like Steve. Steve's in he had an injury, right? He's in a wheelchair, but he's like pulling himself way through this spinal disease. It's like, wow, you can share value because you've gone through some really tough stuff, right? So that's a connection piece. There's value you've got in an experience that you've had. My family lost everything we owned. That's a connection piece. And that's actually value, oddly enough, right? I add value to people realizing that everyone goes through stuff like that and how you can get through it. See, this stuff, guys, is like the gold. Just these little things alone, when you start to understand you start a video now, or just start even writing out a post on Facebook about even just a little bit of your vision, a little bit of your value, positioning yourself where you are, what motivates you. Boom. Those are like the golden nuggets, right? So then we look at, how can you actually nurture your network? Once you begin to build a list, once you begin to have people that follow you, even if it's 2 people, guys, nurture them. Give them the value that you would to 20,000 people. If you got 2 people that like you, those 2 people could buy from you. And in many of these industries, we got Empower Network, we got ILN, GRN, we've got the travel, My Fun Life. We got a coaching service. We got some tattoo people that aren't here. I mean, guys, we're broad spectruming here, right? We got a lot of cool stuff. It's a way to nurture this network in ways of offering specialties or things that you have experienced or have done. The best way to connect, guys, you learn something that I teach you tonight, you share it tomorrow. That's value. Anything that I say and do, make it your own, okay? Because someone else taught me. I just either learned it through experience or it's from someone else, right? But it's because I've listened to it long enough that I've implemented it now that I can teach on it, okay? And then we also look at now who needs to know you. If there's someone that you want to get in front of, like either a founder of a company or someone, another leader or an owner or someone that you feel that needs to know you, find a way to get in front of them. And I'm going to teach you guys a couple things to give you some nuggets right now. I have done review, gratitude, and thank you videos for almost every guru I know, including Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, Tim Ferriss, right? And I post them on their fan pages. I thank them on their blogs. I communicate with them. I've been put in front of books. My family's been included in books. We've been showcased as a success story from Tim Ferriss because I wanted them to know me. You can do the same thing. You can just make sure that you go crazy, bugging that guru enough that they know you. In fact, a really great friend of ours, Jabril, he's one of our business partners. I've known him since he's been 17 years old. He wanted to really get to Frank Kern to know who he was, because Frank Kern's an incredible marketing guru, and Jabril's a marketing master himself, and he was on his path there, and he wanted Kern to know him. Sure enough, it took about 3 years. Frank Kern sent a message on his Facebook page, and it was like, boom, he got to know him. I did the same thing with Tim Ferriss. I communicated with Tim, shared my story, did videos for Tim Ferriss like crazy. Finally, one day on his blog, he's like, hey, Rhonda Swan. He knew me. Then I saw him in Panama, and he knew who we were by our faces. See, when you get who needs to know you, your world will open up. Their world opens up for you. Their list, their people. And you don't have to do a ton, right? Just by the fact of you guys communicating with me, getting in front of me, you putting your stuff on my wall or sharing your story or sharing your videos, then another audience starts to see you. Okay? So it's big and powerful. And then truly, how can you connect through to your network using your brand? Okay. And this is when you guys really start to create your core message and understand the things that you communicate with. Now you're communicating directly to them through your brand. So like, for instance, Tim Ferriss. Talk about Tim Ferriss. I used his book, The 4-Hour Workweek. I don't talk to Tim Ferriss typically about his other books. I really use The 4-Hour Workweek. And that's what I've connected with him through, right? I use Frank Kern's trainings. I use Deepak Chopra's advice, spirituality. I've taken it, right? So there's certain things that you connect with them through your brand, because that's what made us who we are, right? We were able to get through the hard times of being an Unstoppable Family by using the principles that I learned from Wayne Dyer. I communicate and connect with them through my brand, what we've become. Okay, so connection is big. So motivation, position, and connection are really the three main core that you want to take on and start to everything that you do, really look at these different areas, right? Now they're going to come very natural. I don't want you to have to go crazy and focusing on everything, right? It will come natural to you. And you'll begin to realize what your values are. And don't worry, I'm going to ingrain these enough in your head that you're going to go crazy. All right, so I'm going to utilize the gateways to your success in relationship to our chakras, okay? And we are going to, this start point really is we're working on our root chakra, right? You can't build a house without a foundation. So I'm building this foundation for you guys now so that when you begin and you close off this session in the next 5 weeks, your foundation is so solid that now you're speaking from your crown chakra, you're speaking from your heart, you're speaking from your highest point once your foundation is rooted and grounded, right? So once we really get this grounding, then it starts to really bubble up through us. That's why our videos become so connected. Do you ever watch someone speak on stage, or you're watching, a video of someone, you're like, man, they just really speak right to me. Well, when they speak right to you, it's because they're connected. Their words are coming from their heart because their foundation is solid. They know why they're communicating. I know my core message, guys, if you watch my Facebook or you watch my videos, it's always the same. It might have a different flair, but it's always about gratitude, my family, losing everything, right? Traveling the world and living our dreams. Everything I talk about is those 5 things, almost everything. So when you get your 5 main points, your root is solid, then all the little topics, all the things you talk about come right through to those main 5 things. And you guys are going to get all this, all right? So our root foundation connects to our true self, right? It connects to truly who we are. And it allows us to build this brand identity that really requires you really to connect to your personal identity. So this being someone else or trying to stand up and talk this way and be a different person, it's not you. Your brand has got to be you. So when you realize how you can communicate you through your brand is right when people start to connect. See, it's that feeling when people feel like they have to, it's nerve-wracking to give a video because you're not sure what to say. It's because you're not connecting to you. You're not connected to your root, your foundation. You're talking about stuff that you feel like you should. In the beginning, I did not talk about marketing because I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So don't talk about stuff you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Talk about stuff that you do know because you're going to be your best at it, okay? So it liberates you, right, totally from the fears you have for creating wealth because now you deserve it, right? You're sharing you and you're communicating with people and they're like, man, there's such a new zest of life from them. It's like, how the heck did Joe like start, you know, he used to work in this company and he's now like working this network marketing company. Why is this guy so pumped? Right? I've got a cousin who just started with us, pretty much first family member who's ever started working with us in 8.5 years. I never pump it to my family. She's like, man, you guys are living a life I want. She's been popping out videos. She's blowing me away. She's inspiring so many people because she's just sharing it from her heart. Okay? So let's get our root foundation solid. And by next week, you guys are going to be ready to nail it out. Okay, so we already did this piece, so I'm not going to go here. All right, so what I'm going to do, though, is I want to share with you guys we're going to go through week's 1 work. I'm going to go through in the next 10 minutes. This week, starting next week, is really about defining what makes you unique, okay? Because to attract that customer, we've got to define the uniqueness that we've got, how they can know, like, and trust you, okay? So when we are looking for our audience, we're not shotgun theory, right? We're not throwing it all out there hoping someone's going to like you. We're really talking directly to one person, right? And we typically share who we are. People know, like, and trust us for a reason. So not everyone's going to know, like, and trust me. They don't all. That's okay. I don't mind that. I only want the ones that do, that like what I say. And so don't worry if people don't like what you have to say, right? Or they don't agree with you because they don't have to, okay? All right, so let's, so I'm gonna show you guys in the members area what we're gonna start with. Your story, guys, is gonna be your start point. And what we're gonna do this week is you guys are gonna work through week 1's work. What you're gonna do is you're actually going to get your story out there, okay? You're going to start with your story. Don't worry about the mechanics. We're going to go through the mechanics. I want you guys to get your story of really why you're doing what you do, okay? So there was a reason why, like there was a breaking point, okay? And then really truly share what your why is in your story. Don't worry about call to actions, none of that. If you know how to do it, do it. We're going to talk about that, in the next week and a half. But I want you just to really start connecting. I want you to go, hey, I want you to share it. My story's like, look, my name's, Rhonda. I have a brand, so you guys don't have one quite yet, but you can say, this is Rhonda. I want to really share with you why I'm doing what I'm doing, and maybe connect with another story. Like for me, I was a corporate executive that working 10 hours a day, an hour each way in traffic. And then I didn't have time for a family, let alone my new husband. And I wanted to find a way to not put a child in daycare. I didn't even have a daughter then. And I wanted to find a way that I could replace my income and be able to be home with my child. And so I started looking around, right? Just share your vulnerability. And I found network marketing. Tell them why you like it. Share it because you need to hear it yourself. And then I'm going to show you guys how to break it down, how to break this long story drug out like you talked about, Joe and Steve. Talking. Then we're going to break it out. We're going to take the important pieces and put it together to make it a great story. And you guys can actually you'll be able to go on the Facebook branding page and see some of the stories our people have come up with, and they're awesome. Because they weren't in the beginning. They were sucky. So don't worry, yours are sucky. All right, so you're going to start there, okay? And you're going to really talk about these pieces. And this is all going to be in your work that you're going to start with, because your story is really your first video this week. And if you're afraid to show it on your personal page, you're going to put it up on the Facebook fan page. No one will see it unless you want them to. And so we can all really share and look. And I want you guys to really get connected to it. because you want to look at what is going to differentiate yourself. And what differentiates you from others is emotion. Oddly enough, guys, it's emotion. If you're connected to the emotion of why, you actually share your why for the very first time, people are going to freak out. They're going to be like, whoa, I've never heard someone talking about this. You might have it, you might write it down, you might be coached how to talk about your why. The fact that you actually get it, out there in front of people, you're going to have friends like, geez, this guy's got heart. Steve, I love it. Steve's like, this is so good. It does. It gives me goosebumps because people realize you're human and you've got purpose. So they stop judging the decisions you make, right? So this is going to take you to a different level, all right? And when you guys really use your emotion, get emotional if you need to. Heck, 2 people might read it or listen to it, right? Until you start pushing it and promoting it. But the more you do, the more they're going to watch. See, in the beginning, you might only have a couple. As you do more every day, you're going to have more. And then I'm going to show you how to promote them. And you're going to do everyone's going to do a Facebook promoted video post or promoted post, because you're going to start with a video. If you need to write it out, you can write it out. You guys can use all the references that I have on my page. Go to my fan page, my Unstoppable Family fan page. I've got a million stories because that's how I communicate with my readers. And that's also why I've got hundreds and thousands of people that click and like and communicate, because I share. You guys are going to be great sharers because you're going to have a brand that's going to be so you. People can't wait to find out what you do. All right? All right. So when we create a brand and it's going to totally ooze us, not anyone else, just ooze who we are, we create very long-lasting relationships. And then that creates customers for life, right? And that's the stuff that I like to do. So I'm going to give you guys a couple examples. I'm going to pop on over to the site so you guys are clear, and then we'll end this first section. Okay, so of course, ethics and values, right? These are brands that really share more of their value, right? Tom's Shoes, they're a product brand, right? And then we've got now personality, right? Use your personality. Like Tim Scoggins, some of you guys might know this guy. He's awesome. He's in Herbalife. He's just a cool dude, man. He drives motorcycles, man. He's totally himself. And you want to be able to share your personality, right? Unstoppable Family, we're crazy. People are like, well, this family's all out there. But you know what? That's our personality. That's who we are. And so this is really, guys, when you start to like get it out there. Now, I use Detroit because I'm from Detroit. So you got some roots. Some people are from New Orleans. Man, we got some people that they want their roots to be shared. Italian roots, right? You got some stuff that you want to just make sure people know who you are. That could be part of your brand, right? Hispanics, Myra, you've got a whole different industry. You've got a different culture that you can connect with too. So you really live on your roots, man. We've got there's a girl, Jane Orloff, if you know who Jane is. She's an awesome marketer in this industry. She's an affiliate marketer, and she's the Russian firecracker, right? That's her brand. She's Russian, man. That's her roots. She's the Russian firecracker. And you dig into your roots, man, and people are like, they really love it. They connect to you. And certainly attitude, right? Anyone can have a judgment about Lance Armstrong, but at any rate, it is what it is. But this is, friends of ours are just truly connected to who they are. It's fun. It's, it's free. It's family. And so start thinking this way, guys. Start getting an idea, because your imaging will come. In fact, I've got all special little bonus everyone is going to be able to get. I've got an amazing graphics girl, and we're all going to get a gorgeous graphic created, and she will help you guys create banners and all kinds of different stuff that you want, personalized stuff that you guys are going to be able to get. And you only get, because you're in the workshop, she charges a lot more for everyone else, but you guys, she doesn't. She's going to take care of you guys, and we're going to get some really neat stuff done for you guys as well, because you're in the workshop. Just as my gift, I always get everyone a beautiful little graphic made for you that you guys can use and leave with. So guys, this is what we're going to really dig into. And this is okay. So this is stuff that you guys will see all in the homework. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to input the notes for week 1. Next week is week 1. Okay. We're officially on week 1 next week, next Thursday. I want you to go in the members area. I'm going to show you guys where we're going to go right now. You're going to input everything into the members area. Okay. Yay, Jen, I'm glad you're here too. Yay, Jen's like, I'm so happy I'm here. I wish you wouldn't have waited long either. I know, we got so much good stuff we could do, but we have plenty of time. We're going to get it done. Okay, so this is how the members area works if you haven't been inside yet. As you see here, everything connects here. This is our Facebook page. Make sure you go to the Unstoppable Branding Facebook page, which is here. Like it, of course, right? Share it, do whatever you got to do. And this is where you guys are going to be posting your stuff. I want all of you guys to interact here. This is not a time waster page at all. This is a direct hit. This is where we share, communicate, and assist each other. It's not a time waster. Okay, you got plenty of places to be. So this is where you guys are going to post your stuff. So you're going to go up, and if you guys come here, most everyone, once you post your things, they all go to other posts shared by others. Okay. And this section is really cool because you're going to be able to see tons of stuff from the last classes, okay, where people share and they're getting their series out and they're really sharing and get inside there. Look at their stuff and watch and see what goes on. I mean, Bianca, my gosh, she came out of her shell. This girl's from Brazil. She never did a video. Now she's rocking video and it's amazing. So go there. This is where you're going to post your first story video, okay? This week, all you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to do your week's one work, okay? Each week, I have a little video that kind of shares with you what to expect and what to do, okay? That foundation is going to be set for the next week. We're going to cover a lot more stuff, but that is the foundation that we're going to cover. And you guys are going to come and share, okay? You're really going to come to share what we're going to be doing. Here's the intro video, okay? Week one is here. So what's going to happen? There are fields that you can input. Some people are crazy, wild, and crazy writers. I want you all to know right now, these fields only hold like 5,000 characters. So I want you guys to do is you can save it here. You have to save it at the bottom. But after every time you type in these notes, just for safety precaution, type them in and put them into a file. Put them into an email or a file. So you have them just in case. Because some people, these are fields. So we can't make these fields, infinitely large because there's lots of coding, but we do have them large enough that most people can write what they need to write in. But some people get a little crazy and then they lose their work and they're like, that's why we do so much video, right? So what I recommend, type this stuff in, but if you guys prefer to do the work on video, which I do, then you can shoot it, all this work here on a YouTube video. If you guys use, if you've ever heard of ScreenFlow, it's a place to record a video of you while you're on your screen, and you can upload it to YouTube and you can add it right here, or also we want you to add it on the fan page, okay? So you guys are going to go through, you're going to write out what your story is in its entirety, and then you're going to film it, okay? And when you write it out, this next week, you're going to actually post that on your page too, and you're going to share it. We're going to really get it super clear so people start to connect with you. All right, so that's the work that you have this week. So remember, this is what we do. This is all week one's work. By next Thursday, all you have to do is make sure you get your story video shot, get the work done here, and share it in our on our fan page, okay? There's a lot of different things that I have in here. I do want you guys to see here under the marketing resources, I have some ebooks for you guys. That you guys get to take of mine. I want you guys to read the Branding Secrets ebook. It's very short, 15 pages. It helps you get really connected and clear. And then all my books, all the things that I have, you guys are actually able to use them for free resources as well. As long as you guys give me credit, you guys can use them as well as a free giveaway. Everyone loves giveaways, but I've got some really great stuff in here that you guys are going to be able to use. And one thing that no one else knows, if you know Jabril Agoro, who's the master of marketing, people now pay him $5,000 just to talk to him, just for one session. He's amazing. He used to do this workshop with me 2 years ago, and you got some insider secrets that nobody knows that Jabril actually shared in these videos that I've got. So you guys are going to get some Jabril's work under YouTube bonuses, and there's Facebook stuff in there if you want to jump in as well. But guys, we have a lot of work to do together. I'm super pumped for you guys and really excited to share all of this great stuff with you guys. So I will be posting up the recordings. Will go on the fan page. They are all on our YouTube page as well. When you guys go to and you're looking for video archives, it gives you our YouTube page, Unstoppable Branding. That's where I upload all the recordings, and you'll be able to find them. So right here, YouTube/Unstoppable Branding. you can find a video if you miss it. And it will always be posted on the fan page. So guys, well, first session rocked, super rocked. You guys are amazing. I am super pumped to be with you guys. And for the next 4 weeks, we're going to really connected. If there is a different time and someone says, you know what, I could make it at a different time in this call, let me know, because we might be making some adjustments. If you guys are able to make the call earlier, I can move it up. If you have a complete no way, don't move it, let me know that too. Because this is typically when we keep our sessions. But I do know there's another call that some others would like to be on. So I want to make sure that you guys can get both if you want to. All right, guys. Shall we meet next week? Go out, be unstoppable, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, everyone. You guys are awesome.